Good morning. This is Katrina with Your Perfect Studio. I'd like to give everybody a little update on everything that's happened over the past month. We just started a month ago, although development on this game has been happening as a spare time project for more than a year. But I wanted to show you some of the cool stuff that has happened since this has now been a full-time project with multiple people graciously contributing time and source code and music and and of course monetary donations through our Patreon. All these things have helped push our project further more rapidly, and we're progressing toward having a polished project, which of course it still is not. It's still in a prototype phase, but starting on September 12th, we're going to have our third prototype release, and then we're going to start entering our alpha testing phase, and then work towards beta testing, and then early next summer we're planning to have our first official release. And of course, the features and stuff that we're able to include in that first release is dependent upon the support that we receive, both people who come in and volunteer their time to create levels and mechanics and music and graphics and so forth. So if you'd like to contribute any of those things, just get in touch with us. All of our contact information is on our Patreon, which you can access. Here's the URL, and that will allow you to get in contact with us and let us know what you'd like to contribute. We try to make contributing as easy as possible. So yeah, let me show you a little bit of some of the things that have been contributed to the project since last month. So you can hear this is one of the different tunes that have been contributed by one of our donors named Cake Flaps. And Cake Flaps has actually contributed 3 different songs. I'll go ahead and put it on another one since you've heard a little bit of this one, I think. And I'll show you some of the new blocks that we have. So let me switch over to this theme, and I'll place a couple blocks here. And so now you can see we have an enemy, which if you happen to run into is game over. One of the things we've done too is change this screen up. It used to say you died and had some like little tiny buttons. Now it's changed to match the theme of the rest of the game. And because we are trying to be conscious of kind of the messages we send, instead of having you died with blood running over it, it just says game over, which is a little bit more kid friendly. We're trying to be conscious of the impression that young people receive in this game. Even though there are hazards like enemies or traps and things, having it say game over I think is a little bit friendlier. So we've also added coins. So let's see here. How can I do this? All right. So now we've got coins. Maybe I want to try to get over to that coin. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Because that's going to fall. Well, I can do it this way. All right. So I got the coin. Now I've got a little score up here in the corner. The score is not very visible right now, but we'll work on that in future versions. Again, this is still a pre-alpha prototype version. I want to also show you a feature we've added for some of the more advanced users that might be using this as a tool to practice professional play in other block climbing games, because while this certainly is a kid friendly, like create your own game sort of thing, this is actually also used as a tool for people who play some other games that have similar mechanics professionally. So for them, we've added this blindfolded feature in which all of the blocks, except for the goal block and the special blocks like the coins and the enemies and stuff, are completely invisible. So you have to memorize the stage. So here, let's see. Oh, I think I've got to move this one over. Yeah. Move that one. And I think there's one here. Yeah, there we go. And then I've got to move this one over. I'll go ahead and pull one out there. I think I moved something I shouldn't have. Let me undo that. Oop, undo. Oh, well, I died. Okay. So you get the idea there. Let's see here. Anything else that's really cool that we added? We added enemies, coins. I want to show you something that's coming. Oh, you can see if you played our prototype 1 version. Oh, let me switch back to this theme. If you played our prototype 1 version, then you only saw one player character. We're working on multiplayer, and it works a little bit right now. But what happens is the key mappings have to be remapped. So right now, when you press a button, you control both players, which actually is kind of cool because it provides you with a really interesting way of playing the game, but they clip into each other. And it is possible to do 2-player in these development versions, but this not very pretty yet dialogue you have to bring up and change the key mappings for one of the players. So that's something we'll have hopefully fixed in a future version. And there was something else I wanted to show you. Oh, the door blocks. This is something, again, that's also coming in a future version. We have it mostly working, but we're still working on a couple little bugs in it. So let's see. And the door blocks allow you, instead of creating like tower games, you can kind of create mazes. So here, if we step through this door, it takes us to a completely different area. And so the idea, of course, is to get to the goal block, like in the other ones. But we can't just jump up there with this character anyway, because it can't jump. So we have to figure out how to get up there. So, ooh, I barely missed that one. And so in this particular very simple example, we would come through here, and that would take us back to here. And there we go. I fell off. Okay. So anyway, you get the idea. So yeah. Again, if you think this is cool and you like what we're doing, then head over to patreon.com/youreperfect. That's YOURE perfect. And get some more information.